environmentally friendly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 20th episode of The Weave. My name is Lucas, and today I'll be your dungeon master and also a member of the Castellantes. So yeah, we're back after one shot we had with where we were a bunch of vampires storming some kind of weird facility. That was pretty fun. We are actually implementing the hanger dice mechanic in Dungeons and Dragons now, so be ready to go crazy. Anyway, so sorry, this is not the 20th. This is
21st.
21st. The 20th was last session. This is exactly what I said. So anyway, recap. How is everyone? Today we're missing Tomek Egenhorn because he's in South Korea. He's eating some nice food and climbing some nice mountains.
Watching some fireworks.
Hey Tom.
Watching some fireworks.
He's not watching.
Oh.
I guess it's husband.
Yeah.
Not even him. So anyway, recap. Let's see what happened. The last session of the Weaver, where the party actually, first thing that happened is that Genhorn, Silas, Keth went to the Seven Mass Theatre, and Mr. Nevercott wasn't there, but they did find a couple of magic items, a Piwafri and some kind of windsuit. And Keth also found a note written undercommon. And after some deliberation about, we shouldn't take this stuff from them because they're working for Bregan Dead, he's like, oh yeah, we're going to take it. Before they left, Genhorn left a note for Mr. Nevercott telling him that they'll come back tomorrow. And then as you reconvene, Arion shared information he got from the Castellan from Amalia. And their true deal with Asmodeus. The fact that they have to pay a price of coin and souls to break the contract and get the kids' souls back. Silas tried the suit, realizing he needed to tune to it before the magic work. And also again, he paid a visit to Bartholomew, and the cat says that they keep away from the windmill area and the southern wall because there are strange creatures there. So back at the manor, after a courier dropped by with a parcel containing the necklace of fireballs, which obviously Amelia had to send with a normal courier after the original paper, but they sent immediately dropped it after it took flight. And Genhorn kept the necklace. Keth gave Niall the Piwafi cloak to help hide better, warning him not to expose it to sunlight. And then you decided to follow up on previous clues about cultist activity and investigate the old converted windmill on Coach Lamp Lane. After some hilarious shenanigans outside to try and get in, some going down through the sewers, another one converted into a bear and killing a person, promptly reviving them. You managed to find a secret door and go downstairs. That was a really funny sequence. I was watching it yesterday. It was great. You went downstairs where instead of devolving into violence, you managed to strike some kind of deal with the head of the cultists there.
You sound surprised.
Yeah. And the deal with also some intelligence about the Castellantes. The Castellantes, they say the older child is a chained devil and is chained somewhere in the manor. Particularly, and this is a correction I had to make about exactly what I said, it's chained in the attic. Not in the crypt.
Jesus
changes
everything. Then why are we in the crypt?
Not in the crypt. The crypt is where the Temple of Asmodeus is.
This sounds like the Matrix, when they see
But-
they had a deja vu.
But this is because you took me by surprise.
Our
Trying
characters
to
still don't know.
I think at one point I even was like, wait, he's in the attic the basement with the ghost, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
That is right.
But the ghost is still down here, right?
The ghost is still down
We
here.
want ghost buddies.
What ghost?
Caladon.
Yeah, the ghost.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
yeah.
over it. So yes, the intelligence they have is that if you look at the blueprints of the top of the main floor grounds there, bring those in to the center of the table because you've got those. The main building has two more floors. Like you can use the triangular bit to kind of match it there. Yeah, that. It's first and then second one. And the second one, the one with the little round thing there, that is it's that's Amalia's studio, like private studio study, and that is what's it called? Okay, trapdoor. Those trapdoor in the ceiling, and then you open it, you pull a ladder, and then you go to the attic. So the attic is not represented in the blueprints.
I wonder what's in the attic.
And the chain devil is in the attic. This is what the intelligence you've got. It is essentially chained up there, and can only be accessed through the Castellanta study. You also know that in the family crypt, you may find an unlikely ally in the form of the ghost of Caradon Castellanta, an ancestor and noble hero of Waterdeep. Both of them, Vittorio and Amalia, are powerful spellcasters. Vittorio also has a rod he used to command obedience. This is some questions you ask, and you manage to get information. And Osvaldo, the chain devil, is chained up in the attic. The cultists also say that they can mobilize up to 7 people and a few imps. They take some of Silas's blood, and they send Crix with them. That you promptly then send back to get the blueprints back before in the next morning, which is what all these papers you have. So you get some from Elgan. You get 3 bottles of Alchemist Fire and an ever smoking bottle. I don't know who has it, but I think the command words are Elgan Smoke and Elgan Stop.
Yep.
And Niall received a call from the Blackstaff. I don't know if you remember that. Telling him the offer from the Open Lord, it was 10% of the gold. She also told him that the broadsheets will be out tomorrow, breaking the news about the Never Ember Gold, and the city will probably riot, that they're already preparing for it. At this point, he starts information farting everything he knows about the Castellantas, warning her that they're going to infiltrate the villa the next morning. Silas attempts to get the badge from him to prevent him from talking, but Niall manages to keep talking, and the Blackstaff is flabbergasted at Niall's plan after he tells her they're definitely going ahead with infiltration, and she hangs up. That was what happened there. And
All calm and collected.
yeah, you got some tools from the field war, and the next morning you wake up to riots. The city has gone crazy with the news breaking of the Never Ember embezzlement. They are storming the houses. They're not only the Never Ember house, but riots can get out of control, and people are using the opportunity to essentially create some chaos in the ruling class parts of the city, in the southern ward, the sea ward and the northern ward. So you use this as a distraction to go in and try and infiltrate via a tunnel, the Castellantas. That fails, but you quickly go into the foyer instead through the servant entrance, and there you had a tussle with 2 guards. You managed to drop one unconscious and leave it outside. I don't know what happened to the other one. I can't remember now.
No, we pushed one outside.
You pushed one
and
outside.
locked him out there, and then he forgot that he could just walk back round.
Yeah.
And then we knocked the other one unconscious and dragged his body into the cell.
And you cast a spell, a darkness spell, to cover your. As other guards, you hear shouts that are coming down the stairs and up from other places, and you get. I think what happened is you lock the door behind you, and then the spell ends, and you investigated the crypt. There you find 3 cultists that were kind of having some kind of ritual and humming a tune in front of a big statue of Asmodeus with a bowl in the center of the temple there, which is at the very end there, and you sneaked right next to them and immediately killed them, and that's where we left off. And there is 2 things I'm going to add to what happened there at the end of last session. One is, I forgot to mention that the bowl has some kind of flame that appears to be produced directly from the stone, from the bottom of the bowl. There are no logs burning or anything like that, like a magical flame. There is, and it's quite big. It's 5 foot diameter big stone bowl right in front of the massive statue of Asmodeus. And another thing is that you notice as Silas, because 2 of you kill one on one side, the 2 of you kill the other one on the other side, and Silas grabbed the middle one by the hair and sunk the dagger or short sword, I don't know,
I think it's the.
through its neck and throat. And as that happened, you notice that some of the blood started seeping down into the hand of Silas, and then kind of almost like floating, they started like seeping through the cracks in the armor, the leather armor, the folds. And as that happened, he closes his eyes, and you can see that his normally ashen skin, older, wrinkled, kind of like pale, not reddish skin, suddenly becomes redder and livelier. He almost appears to shed a couple of ears in the process, and the horns that had this old bone quality become almost smoother and grow a bit. And as he opens his eyes, there is a tiny vertical yellow slit for a second until they are normal again. And that's where we left off.
I don't remember that bit. That's new. Lots of new things we're finding out today.
You right, buddy?
Yeah. Just got a bit of blood on me. So. Right, where are we going?
Look into my shiny armour.
Clean
He's
it.
turning! He's turning!
What are you talking about? I mean, you look a little bit different. Are you sure you're feeling okay?
Yeah, no, I feel fine. Just a little warm, maybe. A little feverish. But
Okay, well, if
fine.
you're good, if you're feeling fine, if you're sure.
Why?
Well, your skin looks like I mean, I don't know if it's the light from the flame, from the brazier, or...
I don't know. Might be the light.
Huh.
I mean, you're definitely younger.
I don't feel younger.
Does this normally happen? Is this common?
It's subtle, the difference. It's just that it's not like he lost 20
You know
years.
what? It's probably the sword that I gave you. That's probably
Yeah,
it.
worked a treat on this
Yeah.
guy. You guys could learn to maybe be a bit.
Well,
A little finesse.
not everyone has your expertise. Your years of experience, I mean.
Years of experience.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my ears now?
I think we read that as well.
So, no survivors then. Our one's definitely dead. Yours definitely dead.
Seems
Yeah,
to be.
I think you crushed the head, you
Yep.
went through, and then you...
I punched him and then Genhorn eviscerated him. With
Genhorn.
his-
yeah, again, yeah, it was very bloody, the whole...
Genhorn, what the hell was that all about?
I think the guy was very dangerous. So, yeah,
I didn't know you could do that, but
yeah,
that come in
I'm the
handy.
head smasher.
That's better.
That is true.
Anyway, do you know what those flames are? The ones in the altar? I mean, it seems some kind of...
No.
Yeah, I thought you were
Shall I
a man of the cloth.
check?
What?
Is this a check?
Why
What are these flames?
Oh, the flames. Make a religion check.
Well, probably not. 10. No. 14.
14. I mean, you know, this reminds you a lot of some of the perpetual flames that burn in some temples, in the Temple of Selene, for instance. It's a type of spell that just burns forever and is used for like ritualistic purposes. In this particular case, though, you get the feeling there's more some kind of... So the only thing that there is at the bottom of the bowl is like black ash that you get the feeling could be something that it was burned there. So you get the feeling it might be more for sacrificial purposes as opposed to like...
Do you say this is a magical flame?
Yes, it does remind you of the perpetual flames that burn in temples in the city.
Just looks like a normal temple magical flame to me, but they've definitely been burning things.
Like people?
It's a bit dark. We should probably investigate.
They try to-
And I'm gonna say, you make a religion check with advantage.
see a 1 from here. Oh,
No,
that's
it's
a
7. So 15 plus religion is plus 3, 18.
18, okay. I mean, normally you're not like a super religious person, but in this particular case, as you're all there and looking at the statues of Asmodeus, there are elements of it that are a bit weird. Like, it's not a depiction that you are familiar with, and you are quite familiar with it. Not because it's not exactly what it should be, but rather it looks like it was made or transformed from something that was different. As if originally there was another type of figure there, another type of statue, and they chipped and modified it until it was Asmodeus. So some of the proportions are not like perfect.
Strange. This statue here doesn't look like it was made to be this. Didn't the Castellantas, they're well-known followers of...
I do know the name, but I have forgotten.
Siamorphy.
Yeah, Siamorphy.
Well, I'm pronouncing that. It's Siamorphe. Siamorphy.
Siamorph.
Siamorph. The E at the end I'm going to say is mute.
So, I mean, we know that they made deals to increase their wealth, because if you look at their track record, they kind of went down and then back up a bit. So maybe this affiliation with Asmodeus is quite a new thing for them.
Well, yeah, I mean, weren't they saying that one of their forefathers was a famous hero of the realm? I'm sure if he was a hero of the realm, he wasn't a worshipper of Asmodeus.
Yeah, and the cultists did say that he'd be quite disappointed actually to find that they've chained their son up in the attic and sold their souls to the devil. Understandably.
The attic, you say?
Yeah, you missed that bit.
They chained their son up in the cellar. I don't know it was the attic. That was a fault of the cosmos.
Wait, or do we know it was the attic?
No, you do know.
So we do know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and in fact, one of the things that you said, oh, if the ghost is in the crypt and the chained devil is in the crypt, this is going to be a problem. And the cultist, when in this parallel universe he was giving you bad information, he said, oh, well, yeah, so be careful. But no, actually he said, oh, no, don't worry about it. The other guy's in the attic.
Thank God the chain devil's not in the cellar where we are.
Does anyone remember why we started in the lowest floor possible?
I guess to get the ghost on our side, right? That's the plan.
Was it?
I think so.
Right.
And
Yeah.
also, well, I'm going to say, as you were entering the foyer, it was the only way out without alerting the whole house.
This is why I came here for the ghost.
Makes sense. If they're powerful sorcerers, then we need all the help we can get.
Hmm.
Arian's made it clear that, we probably don't stand much of an actual chance, so anything we can do to tip the odds.
This statue, it wouldn't have anything to do with him, would
Anything to do with what the...
it? The ghost.
What do you think the statue
Oh,
might be
maybe.
of actually, not Kalambora.
Caledonian?
Siamorph.
No.
Oh,
This.
I don't know what's that one.
Caladon.
Caladorn.
Caladon Castellante is the old hero of Waterdeep.
Why didn't we bring someone who could see ghosts? Hey, your cousin?
Well, you'd think...
He's-
I can't bring her here.
I think if the ghost is going to be any use to us, then we will be able to see it.
What else is in the room?
Okay, so you see, it's pretty big. You see rows of flickering candles in iron candlesticks in the main pathway leading to the statue where you are on the ball, where you are at the end. The walls around the statue are covered with large tapestries that depict scenes of human debauchery. Behind the north tapestry, you can see that kind of like tunnel leading away from it, kind of like covered on this tunnel. There is like a rough hewn passage, and you can see the tapestry is kind of like half covering it, so you can see it very easily. And it just leads into darkness. And you can smell dampness coming from there. What did you say?
Or if you smell ghosts.
Ectoplasm.
And yeah, that's all you can see around this area is the tunnel leading there, the row of candlesticks, tapestries, statue, bowl, dead
I'm going to
corpses in the
search
floor.
the dead bodies.
You're gonna search?
The dead bodies.
Mhm.
Just see if they have anything that's.
Yeah, all of them have the robes. They are quite simple, and they have like adornments that don't betray their allegiance or anything, but they're all wearing a necklace with the symbol of Asmodeus.
I'm going to dress up as one. And then I'm going to take their bodies and stick it behind the
And
statue.
Wait, but before you grab their bodies, Kev, maybe look at one of their faces for a bit, and we can memorize them if we get caught. It might be worth having a disguise.
That's
on
a little.
hand.
I have a little problem with that actually.
What do you mean?
I mean, I can still do this, and I just make the guy appear and just kind of walk down the hallway silently. But I'm no longer able to change my appearance.
What do you mean?
You've gone down a level or something. What's happened?
Are you
Well-
forgetting stuff? Is it the stone?
It's a bit more complicated than that. I mean, the powers bestowed upon me by my goddess are hers to decide, so I cannot really choose what she decides to give me. I tried to do this, and it's no longer working.
That sounds awful. How? How spontaneous is this? How can we
After
rely on you?
Well, I mean, I'm not completely useless. I can do other things,
Oh,
but
it's debatable now.
Alright, well, just.
didn't you see how I killed that guy?
I think I was
Yes,
a
with
bit
me.
preoccupied.
We did it.
So I'm putting that on.
okay, so you're gonna dress up as one
Well,
of the
maybe
cultists.
just remember what he looks like for
Yeah.
the sake of your
Yeah.
illusions anyway.
The hood, all of them. Well, one of them actually they are torn. The rose, the one that was eviscerated by Genhorn. The other one and the other two, because of how they die, the hood is quite bloody.
Blood down the back.
Yeah, blood down the back, and the other one is the one that got like battered by
Legend.
bludgeoned by Niall. Also, like there's blood and gore.
There's brains in that one.
I'm gonna pick up one of the amulets off the other body and just kind of look at it for a while. Seemingly kind of transfixed.
Don't need to make a copy of that one, do you?
What?
You don't need to make a copy of that one, do you?
No. No, I don't. I'm just gonna kind of throw it down onto the ground. You'd only break it anyway.
I wouldn't. Seems like you've learned well.
Maybe you should take one of those amulets.
I'm full outfit. I've gone for the one with the blood down his back, so I can just be like forward facing to people and perfect spy. And then I'm going to drag the rest of the bodies behind the statue, so we don't need to just kind of stack them up. Just
Do you want
stack
to?
them.
So should we go down that passage, and do you want to take point?
Okay, let's see what they were burning first. Just want to check the flame,
Okay,
see what was burning there.
what are you gonna do? Sorry.
Gonna see what was burning in flame. See if I can inspect it.
I mean, it's just ash at the bottom of the bowl.
There's no like obvious.
Like paper, 'cause you
Yeah.
can tell paper ash from like
Um,
dead bodies.
There's no like hands that are still currently burning.
No, no. It appears whatever was burning, it burned a long time ago. So that's just the remains of some like very blackened ash. It's not like, oh, there's a piece of bone or.
Fresh. Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
No fresh fuel.
Inspect the statue for any kind of like tells of its origin. If there's like any words inscribed on it that have kind of been like buffed out,
Yeah.
left like a
Make an
small-
investigation check.
16.
16. You find the artisan signature kind of like in the base. The base is kind of like a big block, and at the like in one of the further edges next to the wall, right down near the ground, there is like an artisan signature, and you can definitely tell by leaving Waterdeep that this was made by like an official artisan based on the signature of the Guild of Masons and Stonecutters, and I don't know, can't remember exactly the name of the guild right now. And you definitely tell that an official, the guild wouldn't officially do a statue of Asmodeus. That's not something that will be sanctioned by the guild.
I'm going to focus on the presence of magic around me.
Okay, you detect magic. There's definitely magic coming from the
The brazier, I imagine.
yeah, the bowl, the brazier. It's a conjuration magic, and it is quite strong. And you feel almost like a residual element of transmutation magic on the statue.
Well, I'll tell you this, and maybe they use some magic to carve the new statue into its current shape.
It's possible. I mean, I was having a look around it, and it's definitely an official statue. It's got the guild stamp on the back of it.
Yeah,
So
but that must have been the original one.
Yeah.
I could dispel it if you want.
I didn't see that coming. I was like, what happened to Arian?
Well,
it might be a bit dangerous.
I mean,
It's that temper with the magics in here.
you do sound like Genhorn just proposing to do something that is not very wise. I'm just thinking that might come in handy later on, depending if we can face wizards and magicians.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but yeah, maybe save it for a bit. Is anyone else getting increasingly warm though, standing next to this flame?
Is the flame actually producing heat?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, it is a burning flame, so.
Yeah, man. Feels like it's getting hot in here. I think we should move on.
Just move away from the flame.
The statue's making me uneasy.
You do look a little bit reddish.
So, yes, we'll.
Maybe, Mr. Arian, you might want to take point if you're already dressed like them in case we come
course.
across them.
Just out of interest, you didn't see anything on your way down here? Obviously, I didn't take the scenic route, and you guys walked through the rest of it. There was nothing, no cells, no crypts.
Well, we found some cells, but they were all empty.
There's more in that direction.
That by the way, is the other way around.
There we go.
Because the balconies are on top of the. Yeah.
Yeah, we found some cells on our way here, but I think 3 of them, if I remember correctly, but there was no one there.
We should keep our eyes out for any way out of here as well,
Yeah.
because these people are down here. Can't imagine they're going down through the basement of the Castellantis Manor.
Yeah.
Exits to the sewers or the Underdark, something.
Good, cool. Well, you're the one most familiar with that type of passages.
Yeah, it's true. Well, Arian found the last one in our house, so at least we know what we're looking for. Something similar.
Right, lead the way, Mr. Arian.
So I'm gonna head down the little side passageway.
Mm-hmm.
Ears
Okay.
perked, listening for anything I can hear as I go through.
Okay.
It isn't us.
As soon as the rough hewn.
See.
Yeah. As soon as you kind of step in there, the walls. As you move the tapestry out of the way and the flames kind of illuminate the passage, they glisten with like humidity, the walls, and you can strong smell of moss and damp.
If I rub my finger on the wall, is it like got stuff, or is it just water?
No, yeah,
Is it-
yeah, it's just damp.
But it's relatively clean, or like dusty.
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, exactly. It's just damp, and as you turn to the left, you see, and you can hear, very faint because it's very slow moving. What appears to be a pool of water and a stream that goes south to north. So it goes south to north.
This is north, right? By the way. This is not.
Yeah, that's north. So you can see it goes there, and there is a tiny pool of water, and that's it. That's where the passage ends, and it is quite dark. It's just barely on the reflection of as the light from the perpetual flames bounces around the tunnel. You can barely see the pool of water there, and it's not like a massive underground river. It's like 5 foot like wide. The cavern with the stream.
So you can get in it and go somewhere.
Yes, yes. Presumably, if it's not too deep. Yeah, but you could go up and down.
Ganhorn, do you want to check for any tracks that those cultists might have left? Maybe if they came down this way.
I mean, are you playing Ganhorn mechanically and me role playing it, or how do you want to do this?
I can do. I know his things.
I'm just asked.
Yeah.
Just because I figure he's a druid, he might know.
Yeah, let me check. I mean, I can turn into like a fish.
I'm not sure you're gonna see many tracks as a fish, if I'm honest.
Oh, okay.
Is he supposed to go into the water, or is he?
Well, I was just trying to see if like on the banks of the water, or like you could see like. I mean, we can probably do it ourselves. So yeah, it's just look at tracks for.
I can do that then.
Alright, you go for it, Mr. Arian.
You will need some light because it's very dim here with the bouncing light.
I'm not sure if I got any concentration on
Because you're a
anything,
human.
so I can.
Sorry, no, you're an elf. But yeah, okay. So
I'll give you
if
some
someone
light.
keeps the tapestry open with the bouncing light, it's enough.
I'll give him some light anyway, since
Right.
I'm not concentrating on anything.
It's 15.
15. Apart from the tracks that you recently,
Actually, it's more than that.
Huh?
It's 18.
okay, you're pretty sure that all the tracks there are the ones that you just recently left by just walking around here, and there hasn't been movement recently.
Can't see anything other than this.
That's encouraging.
Sorry, well, 18 was the total. You would imagine that based on the moss that grows there, when there is like a step and it kind of like depresses it, the track will get erased by the moss kind of like racing and the water and removing all aspects of it.
Okay.
Probably within a week or 5 days. It's very hard to see a track like from more time ago than
I'll
that.
demonstrate, so poke it. Just, if there were tracks, it would last long.
Just out of thought, given that we're going down into a crypt to find a ghost, I think there's going to be other members of the Castellanta family up and walking about down there that we have to deal with as well, do you?
I
Like
think
tales of the unpleasant, unresting dead wandering about. If there's one, there might be more.
I wouldn't really know. I mean, I'm more worried about the live ones that are probably somewhere upstairs wondering what the hell's going on.
It's also actually equally as worrying, really.
So what say you? Should we just check where this leads, or should we?
Well, if it leads anywhere, I don't know if we're all getting through. It's dangerous. Clearly.
Is it dangerous to walk
It's
that?
water, right? It's like it's deep. There's no way to actually get down there without going into the water, right?
Yeah, you need to go into the water. You don't know exactly how deep it might be.
Oh, okay.
So it could be like your waist or.
I'm gonna try to put my sword in and see if when I touch the
Okay, I mean,
How deep it goes.
your sword is
is a bastard sword.
it's a bastard sword, so it's a big one. It goes. You go there, and until it reaches the hilt, it's still not touching. So do you put your hand in?
This looks pretty deep to me already.
When you say it like that.
I'm just saying because people don't want to get wet.
Getting on, why don't you turn into a fish and just see where it goes, if that's something you can do.
Okay.
Saves one of us going in and getting trapped.
I
Plus-
think he's gonna walk over, kneel down, and just dip his hand in first because Tom would.
I mean,
Yeah.
he'd probably drink it first. Oh, water.
Does his hand melt?
No,
Okay.
it appears to be water.
He's gonna turn into a snake
A snake. Okay. Turns and slithers down.
An eel.
Sounds
Okay.
like do a snake.
That's a
So
very
we go-
strange concept of
This
fish.
is the blind side,
Yeah.
I believe. It can definitely go around and essentially explore the area of the tunnel, and it is about 5 foot deep. So maybe depending on the height of each person, but probably around the chest area. That it would be for most people. Chest, neck, depending. For Genhorn, standing like up, it will be more like here. But yeah, and it appears to be fairly even in both directions. So yeah, he can tell that. You can just mark through the water.
Can he see any reason why we would want to do this?
Is that like
Can
a
he go like
passage?
30 feet either way to see
Yeah. Okay.
what
Well,
leads?
it's appears to be there's nothing that gives you that changes within the context of 30 feet.
But
either
so
way.
it's not like there is another chamber after 30
No,
feet.
so he investigates. The tunnel just keeps going. The other way, the same thing.
Well, I mean, at least we got an escape route.
Wait,
This
has he
water has.
provided- He's come up and told us, right? And transformed
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
snake.
I mean, at least we
Can
know
I have a
that.
short rest?
Very well played.
Maybe what we found it here was a safe way of
Yeah.
sneaking in.
Yeah, or sneaking out. I mean, that's the escape route Silos was talking about.
Well, an escape route or a passage to nowhere but drowning. I mean,
Well, this water has to go somewhere. Just water doesn't just.
it could just be an underground river that goes on for.
Make a nature check. Anyone with nature can make a nature check.
A certain druid would probably do it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm making a nature
I
check.
see maybe it'll run into the bay eventually, but we don't know how eventual that is.
22.
22. Based on the freshness of the water, and the fact that it's flowing, and it's not particular, you can tell that it comes. It's probably a tributary to like a bigger river or whatever that is, and it comes from another place. It's probably filtered water from up in the mountains. They filter through the rock, and eventually it all converges in some kind of stream. And the fact that it's going north, Genhorn can figure it out, because this is a seawall, and you're not far from the end of the seawall where you know that there are water. There's like mud flats. If you look at the map of the
Well, I mean, it's
so there are like mud flats past the wall, and then cliffside that goes suddenly into the water on the northwest side of the city. So Genhorn imagines that might be done.
Then where's the tomb? If it's not.
Well, there's
Well,
more.
there is another stairway going down.
No, it's.
Explored everything.
I
Yeah.
thought this was it. I thought this was.
Oh no, there is. The
You went
crypt.
the one down the spiral stair and immediately went to
Yeah,
the
the
temple.
crypt goes further down.
Oh, when I was asking if you passed anything, I did
Oh, okay.
more like stairs or other entrances. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
It's failure in communication.
In
This
that
could
case-
be a good escape
Yeah, most certainly.
if we need it.
How long can everyone hold their breath?
Actually, I don't know how to swim.
Didn't I pick up?
You're the one that suggested we go down this way.
I still have
Well,
those potions.
I mean, it doesn't look. I mean, look,
We
Genghorn
need
said it's
something.
not too deep.
Just
Oh,
in
you can
case.
walk.
Just in case. But
There is two.
ideally, we need at least one of them to get.
Hey, if my life depends on it, I'm sure I can survive a rough and tumble ride on this water.
And let's check out the rest of this place.
What should we do with these bodies? You've moved them around a bit, but should we just.
stack them up behind the statue?
Yeah, I guess that's enough.
Yeah. Let's go.
Or we could throw them in the fire.
We don't know what that might do. We may regret it.
True. I suppose, given the nature of this place, it's probably best not to assume things will react in the normal fashion.
Okay,
It's
so
not, it's not your normal modus operandi. Chuck the bodies in the fire.
Yeah, leave no evidence.
it's all kicking off today, guys. We need to
Yeah, we need to hurry actually, yeah.
bloody move on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just very nice and quiet down here.
Yeah.
You can't hear all the ruckus of the
Yeah.
riots.
Hopefully the rebellion is just causing enough of a fuss out there so they're distracting them for a bit longer. Go into a hurry.
Wait, it's not rebellion.
Hey, the rebellion! God damn it! Hey, wait.
It's a revolution.
Ooh, secret door.
Secret door. Wait.
Oh, nah, we haven't seen it.
It's on, haven't we got this?
Is it?
Yeah, that's no, it's
There's another one
in
there.
the blueprints.
That's-
It's,
that's
that's the stairs to that one.
What's this?
Oh.
That appears to be some kind of storage closet, according to the key in the blueprints.
Yes, we've seen this.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in that case, we'll open it and
Okay.
check what's inside.
So yeah, it's a tiny storage closet,
Oh,
and
Oh, Mr.
there is a
Mr. Caladorn.
and on the back wall there is an unlocked cabinet with a black rug laid out before it.
Black
Rug.
Oh,
Yeah.
before it.
Yeah, and the cabinet contains there are shelves, and there are what appear to be wooden goblets, some kind of decanter that appears to be gold. They're like ceremonial containers of
Is
all
there anything
types.
in the decanter?
Huh?
Is there anything in the decanter?
Well, you need to.
I sniff. Hang on a minute. Before you do anything, I sniff out for magic.
You sniff out for magic. There's no magic.
Genhor would definitely take that decanter.
Yeah. Pick it up, check if there's anything in it.
Yeah.
Take the wine.
There's a faint smell of wine. It's empty.
Bloody
Come on,
Castellan.
Salas, don't drink on the job.
And yep, you can tell it's gold. It is quite nice.
It's like, tell you what, though, this actually might be worth something. It
Are
is
there any
gold.
small items that might be worth something that we might be able to
No, the rest is just wooden and ceramic,
Okay.
and the only thing that appears to be valuable is that.
Okay. Skip it.
I'll come room to pocket it for now. I mean, it's easier to carry than all those silver
You know how
trade
the
bars.
decanter looks like.
Yeah. Actually,
Oh, so it's quite big. Oh shit.
It has like a cylindrical, like flat base, and then.
Yeah, tube.
Well, let's make haste. There's
It's
nothing else
super easy
here.
to carry.
I put it in my bag. I got my go bag with me.
Yeah, I mean it's gold. It's not crystal, so it's not gonna break
Yeah,
easily.
I'll just put it in like tube side in first, so it's just
Okay.
sitting on the top all well. So.
Okay, so you can create a surface on the top
Stick
where
out
you
the
can.
top, look like a radar dome.
Okay, so yeah, you.
Yeah, we make our way to the stairways, and we're
Okay.
gonna be listening out once we're in the stairways, both for up and down.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go these bits.
Oh, have we not explored those yet?
No.
We came down here as well,
Oh,
straight
okay,
line.
yeah, okay. Okay.
So the two doors that leads to this side, the east side here, that are right next to the spiral staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Those there are big stone doors, double door, and they have this swan, like Castellanta's swan symbol, and base. You would know this. This is the classic place, Niall, where and you, Ariel, would know as well. Like the family crypt. They would keep their ancestors.
This is where we'll find our ghost.
Well,
And I'm going to say now, with your passive perception, you
I
hear
find ghost.
faint sound of voices coming from the southwest, from where you are, coming from around there. Appears to be the classic conversation that two people are having when they are kind of like chilling or resting. So in a neutral, like soft tone, like blah, 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 blah.
Cultists chilling out.
Everyone, voices down. We've got company. Oh dear.
so what do you say? Should we take them out?
I should probably work out how many there are first.
Sounds like. Is there a lock? Is there is there a lock on this? Is there a lock on the in this gates?
Well, that doesn't appear to have a lock. It appears to simply have like big stone handles on each blanket of the door.
through these doors, did you not?
No,
okay,
we
downstairs.
didn't. We didn't.
No.
Yeah, we went from here
Came
to
to
here.
here.
We
And we took them
investigated
downstairs.
that, but that's it.
Oh, I thought we were talking about these doors.
No.
Big double doors.
Can I hear how many voices? 2? Unique voices?
At least two appears to be.
So this door is gonna make noise. So if we want to surprise them,
We don't want them to get to go on us, so let's deal with it now. Get on. Do you still have your magical sun Singhora? You said you had one.
don't think so.
Well, detect magic.
No,
Yeah,
no, you had to
silence.
pass
Pass
that
that
trace.
trace.
Oh,
Is that that's on?
It's 1 hour.
So it was like he did it when we came in.
We've not been in the house for an hour.
Yeah, you haven't been an hour here.
Or, yeah.
Get on, you're very efficient today.
This is the best I've seen you. This is the best performance.
No mention turning into a spider once.
Well, we want me to turn into a spider.
Right, do you want me to see if I can check how many there are so we can at least form a plan? Have a peek around the corner. Just, does anyone want to come with me? You're quite quiet, just in case.
Sure.
I'll okay, it's best if few of us try, but I can be a little bit behind you.
I can be quiet now too. I don't think that works how you think it works.
Probably quieter than me.
You don't see me now, right? I've gone.
I mean, you I have to say,
In some description,
you
yeah.
make a pretty good dark elf.
I'm over there. You're looking at the wall.
Everyone just looks over to where he's pointing because they can see us.
Well, you lead the way, yeah.
Try and quietly open the door.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Stone
Oh,
doors.
no.
Oh wait, stone doors. Oh no, they're this way. Sorry, yeah. Quietly walk around the corner.
So you go ahead a bit. Okay, make a stealth check, please.
I'm gonna move to this corner just to
Yeah,
see.
Make a stealth check.
So I'm going, yeah.
Yeah, okay, everyone that's going over there, make a
But
stealth check.
Again, I'm going with the spell because we need that plus 10.
Yeah.
Did this thing give me boosted status to us?
36.
Jesus Christ, I'm 20 non-natural.
20 unnatural. Okay, before you, you can see his shape,
disappears.
but you can see him, but he's making absolutely no noise. It's almost eerie. You know when you're in like those super silent rooms, suddenly it's like,
My ears are ringing.
yeah, it's like Silas is making absolutely no noise at all.
Got 19 and Genhorn got 28.
28 and 19. Oh yeah,
So
because of the
20,
pass without trace, of
I
course.
mean-
And you?
Yeah, I'm hanging back.
You're all straight with the cape on. You don't roll disadvantage.
Yeah,
Okay, you're hanging back. Okay,
but
so you all very silently make your way towards the corner. You first, Silas, peek around, and you see that at the end of that room there are sconces with some light, so it's fairly well illuminated. And you see there 3 people. That just one of them is kind of like leaning with their back against the back wall. The other 2
So
are
they're looking directly down the corridor.
yeah, correct. But he's looking at left and right to 2 that are on opposite sides, kind of like chilling in beds.
What are they wearing? Cultist robes.
Yeah, there appear to be some called. They appear to be in like comfortable clothes right now, and there are like black cultist robes hanging off hooks along the walls, and there are there are 6 wooden cots standing against the north and south wall, and there are 2 of them occupied, and the other guy kind of like standing with the back against the west wall, looking down the corridor. And the west wall, you can see that it's carved with 4 bas reliefs of peat fiends.
Well, there's 3 of them. One of them's got eyes right down this corridor. What if I could try and put a bolt in him from here without him knowing, and then we can charge in and take the other 2. But I think it might be worthwhile keeping one of them alive to see if he can tell us how to get out of here. Because I closed that big door behind us. It's worth knowing if that wall's going anywhere safe or not. I mean, they've got to get in and out somehow, so
yeah.
it's possible that he might not say anything. These cultist types tend to not care if they die, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah. My only concern is one of them slipping by past us and warning the others.
We can tell. You can run back and tell Niall with him to just basically guard the exit. If he tries to run past him, he can tackle him down. Or shout thunder at him, I don't know. Thunder!
Alright.
Or have Genhorn stand with him as well. 2 of them to catch any of
I
them.
think we should. The faster we bring them down, the better. I mean, it's a narrow hallway. I think there's.
If they go down as easy as the last ones, we should mention.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
How far?
How far? I don't know, the guy at the end's about 30 feet away. The other two maybe 20 or so.
Sling my bow. Get ready.
Okay.
It's like 50.
My mitts.
No, it's like 10 squares more or less.
Yeah, it's 50, about 50.
50's not disadvantage for a hand crossbow. or
100?
is it?
Yes, it's only 30.
Yeah, it is.
Can you sneak in any closer?
I might be able to get a little bit further in.
Can you use this? Hold up my longbow.
I don't think you can.
I
No.
don't think I can. Not as a
You
rogue.
use short bow.
Disadvantage. And then you can't get them down.
I mean, you have. Oh yeah, you have advantages that cancel out.
Yeah. I'll see if I can get a little bit closer. I think Genhorn's magic's proving to be quite useful, so.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to try and...
Yeah, Genhorn, come here.
Is there
Last
any,
time.
Corner.
any sconces along the...
There's only no. It's in the
so
far end.
it's relatively dark in
It's
this.
relatively dark here. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to load a bolt into my tank.
Right, be ready to close the gap on my signal. I know you're quick and you can throw your sword or something, maybe?
No, but I'll throw a couple of moths down his way.
I hope that's code for something. Otherwise, we're fucked.
Anyway, back against the wall and just try and use the shadows as much as I can to...
Yeah. Make
Close
another stealth check as you move out of hiding into
30.
30. Okay. So you're moving along the side wall. One with the shadows. You're fairly certain that they're not looking at you at all.
Because as soon as I get into sort of what I know
Yeah.
to be comfortable range, I'm going to try and pop the...
Okay.
guys.
You don't have. You have advantage. Yeah.
I have advantage, yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'm gonna load in one of the drow poisoned bolts,
Oh. Okay.
just as a...
Yes.
Put my hand on the corner and Ren's poised, ready to run down
So
as soon as
would-
it goes down.
Okay. Cool.
So if I see them like getting ready, I'll move up.
Okay.
I mean, you
Make a stealth check
Yeah,
as you
you-
move next to the corner. Straight roll plus 10.
17.
17.
You thought that was one?
17.
It looks like the 7.
Okay. So you're attacking the one at the back wall, the one standing.
Yeah.
Right, go for it.
It's a 19 plus 6.
Yeah, you go.
And then... Sneak attack!
Sneak attack!
That's going to be 6, 9 plus... Proficiency's gone up, hasn't it? Plus 4. So 13 points of damage?
13 points of.
Efficiency does not add damage.
No, it doesn't. Sorry.
Okay.
I realised that.
Wow, are we asking that question?
no, because you said it.
Yeah, I sound proficiency right now, but it doesn't actually change it.
Okay, so 13 points of damage. You go as you aim for the throat, and as the bolt sinks into the
What catches that medallion?
as its bolt sinks into the throat, you expect him to go down. You know that it was a good shot, and it should kill any like normal human. And it goes in, as that happens, it goes, and suddenly the beard starts writhing, and it goes, and you see this devilish entity that you immediately recognize as a bearded devil, as it goes, and the two cultists that are sleeping, that are like on each cot, they go like, what the fuck? Roll for initiative.
He's got to make a con saving throw.
Look at you
But he's a
Oh,
devil.
four.
Yeah,
Poison
he's
is
a
devil.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why?
That's bad. Should I roll again?
Oh
Well, he's managing, but yeah, I mean, whoever wants to roll, yeah, of course, you can.
That's the druids. Druid out.
shit! Well, I wasn't surprised with that. Nat 20 on initiative.
Fair enough. That's-
If only it was that on the sneak attack.
Yeah, more than surprised, you're like, fuck. I wasn't expecting that.
Genhorn goes before me.
You're upset. You're like, oh,
I got
god damn
plus
it.
3, you got plus 0.
Okay, so
He's always eager. So
I was like, poised, ready to go down, and I'm just still like,
the
Yeah,
cultists.
excuse
me. Each cultist rolled the exact same initiative. Okay. Keth.
7,
7. Niall.
2.
2.
I'm just freaked out by the
Silas.
23.
23. Genhorn.
9.
And Arion. 8.
Wow.
Wow, you have a 9 and 8 and a 7.
Very well.
Yeah. Okay. So, you, Silas, as this bearded devil, you know what it looks like, right? You remember what it looks like?
Sort of from Tomb of Annihilation. I'm seeing.
Yeah. So it's
Oh shit! It's got snakes for a beard.
yeah, the beard as it moved,
That's
it
pretty
lost
bad.
the human form, and it kind of like and grows in size, and grabs a glaive that was
I didn't notice.
that was no, it was
Convenience.
behind one of the cultist robes, and he goes, "Phew, oh, it has a glaive." But you are fast to
I think
react.
Arian, they were going to be as easy as the other ones.
As it is it like screams
Yeah,
in anguish?
screams in anger.
The
Not anguish.
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 In anger.
The scream kind of like resonates within me. My eyes are gonna tighten again, and I'm just gonna kind of scream back at it,
Okay.
like matching it in a sort of hellish way, and it's gonna need to
I
do
was going to leave you now.
an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. Okay. So you both see like the scream from Silas. That's
It's a devil off.
the one says a devil off. Intelligence. Ooh. -1. 13.
Oh, thank God for that -1. It needed a 14.
Oh wow! I rolled a 14.
So it takes 8 points of psychic damage.
Wow.
Psychic, definitely not resistant to that.
And the first time before the end of my next turn, it minuses 1d4 to any saving throws.
Yeah.
So it's next saving throws.
Next saving throw. Yeah. You go. You hear this weird, like devilish scream in Inferno, like, and the devil goes, yeah! The beard kind of like writhing like snakes.
Screaming at it in what I guess you'd recognise as infernal.
Okay, and do you move or do you stay there? No need for minutes. It's simple enough for the scenario there.
So I'm
Unless you want to be
Nah,
very
I'm
tactical.
30 feet away from it. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna step back like a couple of feet and draw my short sword.
Okay.
And what, ready in action or
No,
that
that was
your
my action.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
And then just so I'm about 35 feet away from it.
Yep. Okay. You're about.
So I'm 35 feet away from it.
Yeah, 35. Okay, so you take some a step back. It is now its turn, and it will go and starts running forward, essentially coming within range of the glaive.
Oh fuck! It's got reach.
Within range of the glaive, it goes running forward and goes. Shoom. It tries to attack with the beard though, but that's out of range, so it's only the glaive. Shoom. The beard kind of like stays just out of range. So, oh wow, that was really bad. Like 9.
It's gonna miss. I'll just parry it with my sword.
Yeah, you go, and it's just looking at each other.
Yeah, I'm like feral and snarly.
Yeah, it's now Genhor's turn. Everyone else roll like shit, like the cultists as well.
So again, I was going to walk around the corner. Can you see the cultists?
Yeah, the cultists are. Yeah, they are on either
He's
side.
going to fling an ice knife at them.
Oh, okay. You see Genhor go in. Everyone is kind of like showing off the new powers. So I have new powers.
It's not a new power. This is all.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's
one
true. That's
percent
not a
some
new
guy.
one.
There's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
So what is that? So there's 1d10.
Oh, he should like pull the water from his beard from when he was swimming and turn that into the knife.
10, so the target hit takes 1d10 damage, and then it explodes, and then each creature within 5 feet, I'm guessing it's just the one.
No, there's not going to be no one else within
So-
5 feet.
So that gets the same person though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he takes 10 plus 2d6, so 3, So 15 points.
Okay.
Wow.
So you see this this shard just shoots, slings across, hits the guy in the stomach, and then explodes. And the guy is just essentially stuck to the bed with all these pieces of ice, and goes appears unmoving.
Yeah, don't forget your cantrips and strength.
And it's now Arian's turn.
Okay, so Arian is going to run over to the bearded devil.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
He's gonna attack him. I'm trying to remember which one's which of my two things.
Stunning strike.
No. Where is it? So he's gonna go for attack anyway.
Yeah.
So attack number 1. That's gonna be plus 6, right? So 15 to hit.
15 to hit.
Yep.
That hits.
So he takes 7 points of damage.
Okay.
He's going to go for his second attack.
Yep. It doesn't hurt as much. Punk.
18 to hit.
That hits.
So that's another 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to flurry of blows.
Yeah. You go boom, bang, boom, kick.
Where's this fucking thing?
What is it, Batman?
Yeah. Pow! Pow!
Jumps up and hits him with the
Okay, and
Come on, Robin!
Oh, that's going to be 11 to hit.
11. That misses.
Yeah, so last attack. Another 11.
And then you go with the last two ones, and the devil appears to get your measure from the first two, and kind of like avoids two. It's now Kath's turn. This cult is, well, one of them is already dead.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Are we actually fit? Because if two of you are in melee range.
Yeah, you can go past one of them.
Okay, I go past one of them and I put myself between.
Essentially, you wait for Arion to give you an opening with the attacks, and you can go
I'm
past.
5 foot from the devil anyway, so you could walk between me and him.
Okay. Alright, and I'm going to attack him with my bastard sword,
Okay, you go with the bastard sword.
which I should have made magical before the battle. That's 50. Yeah, it's 22 to hit.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
hits.
first hit. Ooh, I need another 6. First time we're using this. Wow. That's 15 points of damage.
15. Not doing as much. Again, like
Yeah.
the skin appears to like almost regrow as soon as you hit it. It has
Yeah.
kind of like a purplish skin.
Okay, and I missed the second attack.
As now the other
What the
cultist
fuck
turn.
is this creature?
And the other cultist is like, fuck, and uses half a movement to stand, grabs the scimitar from behind another cultist robe, and then runs towards you, motherfuckers! But he cannot reach you. Oh no, he's gonna sprint and stay like right next to you, Arion. And Niall is you.
So I'll run round the corner.
Yeah, you see, all three of them engage with essentially a bearded devil and a cultist.
Just as that one runs up, I'll just
Keep that one alive.
I see a snake beard and I'll be like, oh!
Hang on a minute, it's not a snake beard, is it?
No, it's,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
oh,
I look
weird.
like, I look like snakes.
It rides like snakes,
Oh.
but it's
Okay.
I thought in the picture it literally was
Yeah.
snakes.
No, but because it was snakes.
no. It's kind of
I've been
like
trouble.
like the tail, like
Oh, they're like barbs on
like barbs, like a barbed
Ah,
tail.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
barbed beard.
I can see that. I thought they were little snake heads.
Yeah.
I see an unruly beard. And I'm attacking it.
You're like,
Thou shalt be
shaved.
proved.
Yes. Guided bolt.
Do you bribe?
Guiding bolt.
First level.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, probably hits.
18.
That hits.
46.
He had half cover, but yeah.
46 radiant.
Go for it. Radiant. Oh wow.
No, this episode.
Ooh. 4.
14, 17?
16. No?
17. Oh no, sorry, I mean that's a 6, you're right. Yeah.
16.
16.
Alright.
Good damage, that one.
You go hit it with a ray of light, and as it hits, the devil got really hurt here. Before it was like, thousand cats kind of thing, but now it goes. It burns. It's got him now.
Yeah.
Um,
the next attack roll made against the
Yeah, it has advantage. But and the next attack roll is
That's
1d.
Yeah, and his next attack is -1d4,
No,
right?
save
No,
throw.
his save,
Ah,
next
save.
saving throw.
Okay.
So as it's kind of like right in there desperately, and yeah, you're up.
Yeah, I'll sort of slink past Arian to try and get round the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
Does it turn around? Does it track me?
Yes, he's gonna be. Well, I mean,
But you
it's-
wouldn't be able to. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's there's like two in
Yeah.
front, so
Oh yeah, that's true. So I'll just sort of slink round to,
Yeah, you can like get into like a
In and
hidden
out.
position and then take a step back.
and I'm gonna try and like do a maneuver and cut it as I walk past.
Okay, sure.
So I got advantage on the hit because of your thing. I rolled 18, so plus
Yeah.
6. That's gonna hit. So I'll do sneak attack on it. And that is going to be so plus 3, 5, 14.
14. Okay. So yeah, you go cut across the stomach and it was still alive.
And then grab my other short sword, which is my brutal one, the
Yeah.
scimitar one, and then just try and dig it into it.
Yeah. That's
remember
without
the
advantage.
serrated one has
Oh yeah,
plus
plus
1
1
damage.
damage. Sorry, that's 15.
Well, it doesn't matter if you have to. That's
Yeah.
fine.
And then go for another attack, which I think is gonna miss. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, you go and manages to avoid you. And at that, he's surrounded by you three guys, and you just attack him. He's gonna try, as you are kind of like being all sneaky and underneath its arms and the glaive. He's kind of like looks at you and tries to beard you. He's gonna make a beard attack against you.
No! Anything but the beard!
Ooh, that's 18 to roll. Yeah,
Yeah, that'll hit.
that will hit. You take 8 points of piercing damage as the barbs kind of like hook all around your shoulders and pull horribly. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please. As you feel a burning sensation in the wounds where the barbs are kind of like hooking into your skin.
Come on. 14.
14. You resisted this horrible, like devilish, poisonous thing they seeping into the wounds, and you're like, ah, managed to resist.
You're a bigger
And with
devil.
the glaive, is going to attack one of either you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Unfortunately, I don't have the devil.
6. So he's going to attack you with the glaive. Turns you around and that's 17 to hit.
Yeah.
And you take 10 points of slashing damage. And as it cuts, it hurts like a motherfucker.
It does.
And make a Constitution saving throw because there's something weird about this wound as well.
Yeah, that's 20. No, I'm not sure.
20. Okay, you managed to resist it, but the wound is almost starting to open and bleed more than it should. But you managed to like resist this effect. That's the devil's turn, so it's now Ganhorn's turn.
Ganhorn's going to run up and he's going to use his primal savagery to go for an attack.
Is it still on? Or is it a new spell?
It's a
It's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no concentration.
Yep.
And that's 12 to hit.
That misses. Hits the wall as the devil ducks, with the beard still stuck to like Silas's shoulders. And he goes, and it's now your turn, Arian.
As you kind of like look to ready, I'm just going to kind of gesture to the other cultist.
Erin, can you take this one out?
Sure. I will go for an attack against the bearded devil first.
Yep.
It's going to be 15 to hit.
15 hits.
So that's 8 points of damage.
How do you want to knock it down?
No, this is the bearded
Yeah,
devil.
you only have one people left.
Ah, yeah.
How do I want to knock it down?
Well, I mean, how you're like punching. I don't know how you want to kill
Oh,
it.
okay. I'm gonna just go for just a kick against the back of the knee.
Okay.
And just he's gonna take a bad tumble.
Okay,
And
so
then-
you go. He in the middle of all the bodies. There's a lot of people there. You see, like a kick shooting, like threading the needle between other needles, and then kicking the devil, and then it breaks,
Yeah, kick him like in the side. Of
releases the bars from your shoulders, and kind of like tumbles against the wall and starts sliding slowly down.
And then I'm gonna run over and try and just go for a non-lethal just elbow to this guy as he's
Yep.
doing whatever he's doing, which is a 21 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and that's 8 points of damage. But if it's non-lethal, it's half, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
So the cultist, yeah, you try and like knock him down and hit the temple, but manages to like bounce against the wall and still look at you. Ugh.
And then I'm gonna duck round behind him,
Okay.
immediately behind him.
Yep. Okay. Keth.
And I look at my giant bastard sword and I'm like, oh, that's going to be tricky. Just going to try to hit it with the side of the sword.
With the side of the sword, like
it's like a
you're
club.
turning around, it's like this flat, like pong.
I think I'm probably going to miss that one. 12.
So I think this guy is just he was sleeping. It hits.
He's not going to hear shit after this, though.
That's going to be
We're gonna talk to him either.
12, 13 points of non. Well,
Yeah,
half.
you hit it in the head, bonk, and the guy goes again against the wall and slides down.
I just grab him by the scruff of his
Okay,
shirt
okay,
he
so
doesn't
you
fall
grab it
down.
to keep him up. Okay, and there appears to be no more enemies that are currently a threat.
What the fuck was that thing?
Hey, got me on this beard. Why can't your beard do that?
I would never, ever grow a beard like that.
I don't think you could.
I mean, it would come in handy, you know.
I'm just gonna take the healing potion off my belt and chug it.
Oh, yeah,
2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4.
I'm gonna look at my wound as well.
Yep.
No, plus 2. Isn't it?
Plus 2.
Looks pretty bad. Is
and a
it doing
one.
anything weird?
No, you managed to resist the effect, but it's bleeding more than it should. But it's
It's not poison there.
there's nothing.
Fucking hell, well, I'm gonna look at it again and then I'll be like, alright, fine.
No, I'm a cleric. I can do this.
Oh. Okay, can you help me out then?
Sure can. Healing word.
What?
3 plus 4.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you don't have cure wounds.
You can swap it. For a real
Yeah, there we go. Swap it.
7.
Oh no, sorry, that was a.
I rolled the wrong word.
Okay, I'm gonna heal us all with this unicorn thing and brought the guy back unconscious.
No, but yeah,
It's fine.
I think that we buffed
Yeah.
healing word because of our rules in the same way that we buffed cure wounds. So yeah, I think it's 1d6
Is it?
Okay,
Yeah,
well.
1d6.
Alright, well, I'll
So
just
cure
go
wounds is
back to
2d6.
and 2d6. Yeah.
Thanks, Niall. Didn't know you could do that.
Yes, well, I wanted you all to be a bit independent. You've done well so far, so I don't mind treating you.
What are we doing with this one?
Well, ideally, he'd be awake actually thinking about it. He's going to struggle to say anything like that, isn't he?
I'm gonna lift him up onto the bed where he was before.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
17.
So as you put it in the bed, so you drag it all the way there, you notice that in one of the bas reliefs in the back wall, it is very noticeable that there is like a crack in the wall, like a vertical crack.
I'm gonna drop him on the bed then. I'm gonna walk over to it and just kind of inspect it, just have a look.
Yep, make an investigation check.
That's very good. I believe that's just 18.
Okay. I mean,
Just
you're pretty
say
sure. Yeah, there is some kind of door here that is supposedly secret or hidden, but it is ever so slightly ajar.
This wasn't on the blueprints. Maybe. Kind of push again. Does it go inwards or outwards?
It goes inwards.
I don't know.
that's the way out. Maybe that's how they're getting in here then.
Well, it's only one way to find out.
Do we want to go through here? We had a plan to go back.
Well, let's take a quick look, see where it leads.
I will try and open it
Yeah, you go.
carefully.
And it is a small 10 by 10, so like 4 squares, 10 by 10 foot room there that has another door leading north into the temple, like on that.
Into this?
Yeah, into there. And there is from this side, there is like a stone handle so you can pull it. And yeah, appears to be some kind of vestry. It's
vestry?
with clothes to to change and against the south wall there are 2 black wardrobes with 9 pointed stars carved into the doors. There are a pair of tall slender mirrors mounted on the west wall. Their door frame is carved with serpents, and stacked in the middle of the room are 6 casks of wine. Just based on, I mean, it's not hard to figure out that this is essentially where cultists will change and get the wine, and through the other secret door to the temple, like bring stuff out for like ceremonies. So it's kind of like an access directly from.
I'm going to crack that door
Mhm.
and then I'm going to change to some less bloody clothes.
Okay. Well, you see that the wardrobe, actually, each of the wardrobes contains 5 complete outfits, so 10 complete outfits in total, of cult regalia that is actually much nicer and better than the one. You can imagine that this is for ceremonial purposes, and it is sized for an adult humans. That it's red robes, devil masks, and wooden amulets shaping the symbol of Asmodeus.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to put that on, just put the mask on my head for now.
Okay, so
So
you
put
leave
down
the mask with the wooden amulet hanging, and you can tell that this is for some kind of like special ceremony. It's not like a normal.
Nice. Just going to go with it.
Grab me one of those devil masks. Catch a look at myself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I presume you've come out and I'm not like in there whilst you're changing.
Sure.
They
Very shy.
seem bigger than before. You didn't tell me that.
Oh,
I did tell you to look.
I thought you were just saying that I've got loads of blood on me and you haven't.
No, I said you look younger.
I mean, size isn't everything.
No, this place is making me feel strange. I never lost my cool like that when I did at that devil either. Like something almost primal.
But your family, so to speak, is it the same family of Devilkin?
Well, I mean, I don't really know that much about how all that works. So, just something about this place is making me feel a bit off, I think. Maybe it's a bit too close to home.
Mm.
I know that my blood has some ties to Asmodeus' daughter, but other than that, something about the realm that she looks after, but
What's the name of that daughter?
no, I never paid it too much mind. Glacius, something like that.
I don't know much about it either.
No, it's hard. When I was young, I read a lot about it, trying to figure out where I fit in, but it's only ever caused me much of a burden, so.
Well, it looks like we might need to fit in
But
today at least with some of these ropes and things.
pull the mask down. At least this kind of makes it all a bit more theatrical, I suppose.
Yeah, I do wonder if
By the way,
a
no.
little bit too much,
oh.
but
Sorry.
I'm just gonna grab one of the regular ropes, not like the fancy
Okay, not the fancy
ceremonial
ones.
ones.
Okay.
And just go like,
Yeah, all the 5 masks are different, by the way. They're all different types of devils. There is one that is a bearded devil, so the mask has static beard coming out here. One is a horned devil, so it has like massive horns coming out. Another one is of a barbed devil, which is it has
spiky one.
yeah, the spiky one, and then there's another one of a bone devil, which is all like bony, of course. And then another one, the final one is of an ice devil, which is kind of
I'll have the horn devil one on, so I got like big horns on the mask, then my big
Yeah.
horn on my head. So
The Ice Devil one is like really freaky.
Oh
Oh
god.
god,
Ooh, I want that one.
Bugman.
That is an
Big
insect
eyes.
or something.
Yeah. I'm taking that one.
You're taking the Ice Devil one, okay?
Well, I mean, what about you, Genhorn, and you, Willen? Are you dressing up as well?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure you don't want a little robe? Just in case we come across someone. I mean, it won't make as much sense if a couple of us are dressed and the others are not.
To be honest with you, I don't know who it's going to make sense to anyway. If we were just... If,
It'll buy us at least a second
it
of.
will,
I
but...
don't think it's going to fit him.
Genhorn is like, oh, can I have mask, please?
Yeah. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one suits Genhorn the most, do you think?
I like the bones.
Yeah, regular bone.
Yeah.
Devil.
God, no, we'll have the bearded devil one.
I will absolutely not.
I mean, let's look for the one that is the less worn and the least used.
So get someone getting on with someone you can kind of see his knees popping out the bottom of the.
If you tell me a good purpose.
Yeah, I mean, they are like human size, so the robes are definitely too small for Genhorn.
I mean, the only purpose I can think of is if on our way, as we investigate this place, we come across guards from upstairs or other people coming, at least they won't attack us on sight.
Barbed devil.
They will.
One of them is like this.
They will wait for a moment. I'll grab that one. I'll grab
You grab the barbed
Yeah,
devil
might
one.
as well, fuck it, let's
The
just
spiky
go.
one.
Let's just go.
I wonder if the guards know, though, about this. I assume not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to
Yeah,
pay them a lot of money to
Yeah,
keep
you
them.
would have to keep the more people know the secret if you're not in the.
Which is why there has to be another exit. I mean, maybe there's one in
Yeah.
the crypt. Or maybe Caledon
Caledonian.
will know. I keep wanting to say Caledon.
Well,
Caledon will know of one.
Maybe let's go pay him a visit at the crypt.
What about this one?
What is what?
The knocked out guy on the bed.
Oh yeah, sure.
maybe
What
we
about
should-
him?
He's going to say 1d4 hours, right, to wake up.
Yeah, they're gonna roll that actually.
I guess go see if we can find the ghost and wake him up when we're done. He's going to be out for a while. I mean, you clubbed him pretty hard with that sword.
Yeah.
Just time up. Don't want him waking up while we're not here.
What if we use some of the robes tied to one of the
Hey, Genhorn, you got ropes.
No, we could use one of the robes.
Oh, robes.
They must have fastenings, the robes, like belts.
Yeah.
So take
The regalia ones have really fancy, kind of like gold embroidered belts that have the symbol of Asmodeus here. They're beautiful, but you get that you wouldn't be able to use them outside of like Halloween out there in Waterdeep.
Genhorn a couple of unused strips of those to tie them up.
It suddenly smells of sulfur a bit, and you look behind, and the devil body is kind of like in fire modes, disappearing very slowly.
Why did I do that when I die?
Let's hope we never find out.
It's like a gross, long, ashen fart, isn't it? Just into the ether.
I mean, the other way around, you also smell bad.
That's true. And I heard you shit yourself as well.
Really?
Yeah.
No, if you got a dagger stuck through your heart, you're not going to shit yourself then. Not enough time to do that.
No, I think the body, when it relaxes, it will just like...
Gonna walk up to the dead body that's like frozen.
Seems not
It has like shards poking out through the.
Has he pooped himself?
I don't think. Maybe.
It's too
I don't know.
fast.
Yeah. it might
No,
take
it's
a
because when muscle relax, it's not of the fear.
No, but it's too fast. Like, the body maybe didn't have enough time to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a nice shard poking out.
It's just,
In the area,
it-
blocking
the
the
muscles are
passage.
contracted with cold.
blocking the passage.
Constipated.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
We don't have the technology.
I think
It's melting
you know
slowly.
what? I think we need more test subjects to experiment.
So I'm gonna see him give the ropes to Genhorn, and then I'm gonna say here, and I'm gonna help him, but I'm gonna use my roll because of that.
You're gonna what?
He's gonna roll.
He's gonna
instead
tie
of-
it.
Arian's gonna do it, and Genhorn's gonna help tie this guy to the bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just gonna leave it up to
sure
Genhorn,
thing.
basically.
Sure thing. Tying with what? With
The belts from
with the belts. Okay.
So So actually, that's really bad. 14 total.
Okay, so you type hands, legs, extended.
Yeah.
It looks like
Now it's a different kind of dungeon.
things are getting weird fast. Now we're all dressed up, just time people around.
Checking if people are shitting themselves.
Yeah. Well,
This is what the presence of Asmodeus does to you.
just see a burning bowl and we all fucking lose it.
What do you do, guys?
Ghost, then I guess.
Someone's,
That's
someone's writing about what's going on.
The one time we got people watching poop jokes.
Jokes, the best kind of jokes. Alright, well let's Silas, you wanna look at that door, see if it's trapped or if it's got anything weird about it? Big stone door.
I can have a look, but you've been smelling out magic all day, so.
Gonna sniff at
So
the door.
you made all the way to the swan door,
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
crypt. Okay.
I'll have a look round it to see if there's any obvious, like, booby traps, like
Make an investigation check.
pressure plates or.
And you're gonna detect magic.
Yeah, I'll start sniffing whilst we're in that room and then come all the way
Yeah.
out just in case there's
Sure
anything.
Looks fine, doesn't seem to be anything.
Around 11.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely looks like the entrance to the family crypt with two stone handles, not knobs. They just pull.
Looks fine. Can't see anything wrong with
Is
it.
there any magical auras or
No magical auras. No.
seems fine to me out as well. Hand on door.
I'm gonna
Okay.
perch by the stairs with my bow drawn.
With your bow. Okay.
Oh.
No, pull.
Trying to do an Aragon.
And as you open,
I'm blooded.
this the musky smell of enclosed, like old dust and bone, kind of like, you know, the smell immediately comes out and invades you. And it is quite dark here. There are no lights except for the single sconce that is in the spiral staircase central column. So it's illuminating some of it, and you can see several openings, and the two openings that you can see from where you are, which are on the east wall, all the way here, it's just sarcophagus, like very ornate, decorated stone sarcophagi that are all around. You imagine in each alcove, essentially, and they all have on outside on top of the alcove the swan symbol of the Castellantis and some what appears to be dates.
Can the sconces, can you actually take the torch out?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take it out and then I'm going to say, I've just had a thought.
Actually, it's not torches because this is fancy. It's like oil lamps,
I'm going to take the oil lamp then.
and it's bullseye, the ones that you can like close and open.
Okay. We've probably found the one place we don't want to be dressed like this.
I mean, I can take the mask off, but
So everyone gets out.
I don't think it's making much of a difference at this point.
If we find the ghost of Caledon in there,
That's true.
we may not take them
Alright.
to it.
Maybe we leave
Silly.
them in the hallway, so not like in the middle of like.
Okay.
Maybe I'll keep mine with me just in case he demands proof of their defection to Asmodeus. He might not
Yeah.
believe it. Although he can walk down and
So
see
you're
the
gonna
giant
keep. By the
statue.
way, it's concentration for 10 minutes, so I'm gonna keep the detect magic on whilst we're walking down this place. Arian, you got the lights. You wanna lead the way?
Sure. I'm going to walk in, just start walking down the centre of the thing with the light, just kind of peeking into everything. Nooks and crannies on the outside because there's these little 4 things. Just to see what I see, if there's any reaction or noises or...
Okay, so you go first.
Yeah.
Okay, and everyone else is staying back.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm
Yeah, we'll
following.
go then.
Following.
Okay, as you all start filing in, you see like up to your left the row of alcoves with sarcophagus, and it's obviously like very ornate, decorated, generations, kind of like underground of Winterfell. In Games of Thrones,
Are
with
there-
all the statues.
Plaques or anything that you can see names?
Yes, you can see names. You don't recognize any of the names in the first 4 you see to your left,
I'm looking for Galador.
or the 2 at the very end. Definitely different names that none of them recognize. But as soon as you go past like the first column and you're reaching the second column near the turn to the right, you hear voices all around you. The hair in your arms kind of like stands as you feel a cold shiver. Something is, a presence is kind of like going through you all around, and you hear a voice. What is the noblest of duties? And you both make a religion check.
12.
9.
12 and 9. Okay. So the only thing that triggers some sort of memory is that Siamorph is the goddess of nobles and nobles' divine right, and particularly there was the most noblest of duties of that Siamorph asks of their nobles.
I was going to say, it's a question about Siamorph. I can't think the answer.
Is it justice?
I mean, if they're nobles, could it be family?
What about like people? I know most nobles are shit, and I grew up in a house of nobles, and they were all shit. But there was always the kind of the idea that they should help people. And if this guy was a champion, maybe that was, helping.
How much time have we got?
You feel
Protect
a
the weak.
presence kind of like coming out of one of the sarcophagus to your left. Sorry. Appears to be some kind of like spectral form. What is the most noblest of duties?
Oh,
I'm gonna look at this. No, that's not happening.
I mean, this wouldn't be your jam.
Come on,
you don't get a
Ganhorn.
roll.
No, I got history.
Nah.
So that's-
Okay, you can roll a history.
I got history.
No.
But it's no, because it's more a religion thing, but a history. You would know only because of like
The
noble
context
family,
of- yeah.
because you are part of a noble family. But you're like, fuck, I don't know. I
Okay.
never give a shit.
What else do you know about Siamorph? What kind of god is it? What does it like? Protect the weak, uphold justice.
There was one main thing about the nobles and nobles' divine right and duty. It's both a right and a duty. Huh?
Money. I don't say that.
Land, maybe?
The what?
Land?
bloodline.
Blood? Yeah, maybe blood.
But that's not noble. It has to be noble.
It's a duty.
It's a noble duty.
You know that this was a hero of Waterdeep, wasn't an asshole.
I reckon I'm sticking with the one I'm going with. But I don't know anything about it or how to phrase it.
What is it?
I don't know, like guide, protect, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
protect the weak, defend the
People.
defend
lead
the people, lead the people. There's so many options.
Be the people.
I'm just gonna
Try and look at his face for a reaction.
shout out loud.
The spectre comes right into your face.
Protect the people.
And justice.
The spectre kind of like retires a bit, and a figure. The spectre was like kind of like with tattered clothes and whatnot, and it retreats a bit, and then a figure comes from around the corner, and you can see it's a handsome, clean-shaven man of knightly bearing, clad in plate armor, with a perfectly like neat kind of like look, and it looks at you. Oddly spoken, but to rule is sometimes to protect. And then when they say that, you recognize is the divine right to rule.
Between guide and protect, we're right. So we're on the wrong ballpark.
And it kind of stands there. You are not of my family. And yet, you are not of the vermin that has infested this place. Who are you? Good call!
How's that? I fear that they are one and the same.
In times past, I would challenge that, but not these days. And he kind of like starts floating backwards
We have
towards
come,
the south end.
we have come to let the blood of your family be renewed by the untainted young, and give the old, the tainted old, back to the devil that has corrupted your family, in exchange for the new blood.
You just pointed me.
Victorio put a curse on his children. If that wasn't clear. Sorry, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I know of the taint of the Lord of the Nine Hells. I feel it seeping into every crack of this one sacred stone. The shape of Siamorph, defiled, turned into this ungodly image. It must be destroyed. Looks at you all. Who will be my champion?
We can destroy it.
What do you wish
That's-
destroyed? The statue.
The statue
Do you accept?
must be destroyed.
Do you accept teams?
What powers do you bestow upon your champion?
And he kind of like floats away into that room, the southwestern room.
Okay.
Follow him.
Follow behind him, yeah.
And there you see a dusty stone sarcophagus occupying the crypt, and its plaster lid carved in the likeness of a handsome, clean-shaven nobleman clutching a chalice engraved with the symbol of the sun, which you know is the symbol of Siamorph. The likeness resembles the ghost of Caradon Casalanter, which is now floating on top of the sarcophagus. Take my armaments and become my champion.
Sweet.
Is there anything good for a monk? I guess not.
Uh,
There's nothing good for a monk there.
well, I mean, you only see the sarcophagus, and he's just floating
I'm
above.
gonna walk over there with the lantern. I'm gonna
I've got my detect magic on, just so you're aware.
Okay. There is kind of like, so the sarcophagus is there, but you can see like magic
Lights
aura
there.
kind of like spilling from the crack in the stone.
Yeah, we'll definitely be our champions.
Pop the hood.
I think
Lantern
think
on the
about
floor.
this.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, let's retcon a little bit. If we destroy the statue, will you help us against your blood that has turned evil, so we can renew your noble house?
I am trapped here. I will help you through the gift of my armaments.
Could you be a bit more specific about these armaments? Forgive me for being.
Open the lid.
We open the lid. Yeah.
So you open it, and inside you see a beautifully carved plate armor with the symbol of
Shiny.
Siamorph like carved in the chest, and it's emitting magic. And lying in the dust, there's a beautiful mace, the head in the symbol of a sun. It is a knightly armaments from a proper knight.
It's a conflict of faith.
Well,
Is it a mirror finish?
Well, it's very dusty.
What type of magic is immune from both things?
Plate armor is abjuration,
Mm.
and mace armor is
Mace armor.
is
An unknown Star Wars character.
evocation, and sorry, no, it's also a mixture of evocation and abjuration, and as it looks at you all and says, "Who vows to use these items to defeat the forces of darkness?"
Hold on, let me just let me have a quick look.
Can I pick all the things up?
I mean, it's a plate armor. You just don't pick it like that. It's massive. It's you can pick a piece of it.
It's dusty.
It takes like 10 minutes to get into the
Okay,
thing.
I'm gonna put it all. I'm gonna bring it all outside the esophagus.
It's like, all these items, I can barely speak.
Why did you?
I'm just gonna put them on the floor.
Yeah. As you start doing that, the ghost is kind of like floating, looking at you.
Just one moment, please. Gust of wind.
Selune. A noble choice for a noble act. Do you take the vow, champion of her goddess?
Gust of wind. I'm just ignoring him for now.
And you just gust of wind the armor
Yeah.
to clean.
To clean the hell out of it. So I need to take a good look.
So you go. So dust spills out, and the plate armor is pristine in quality. It's super dusty, and so it's not rusted. It is magical, but it's super dusty. I mean, it will take some effort
Have you
cleaning.
not got prestidigitation? This seems like it's the
I
perfect
was
spell
gonna
for you.
just about to do it.
Nope, but I
yeah,
used a
it's
second
fine.
level spell to do it. Don't worry.
I will go. Look,
Too late.
giving him the cold shoulder is going to be a bit.
Just say yes.
If you want it clean, we can sort it out. But we don't want to piss this thing off.
What does it do?
This is heavy ammo, by the way, right?
It's plate armor.
Okay,
Yes,
I
gotta
it's
use
the
it.
top level.
So AC 18.
I could use the mace.
It would be nice, but not. Sorry?
I
You
could
can use
use
the
the
mace.
mace.
Go for it. Grab it.
Well, depends if you want it and what it does. Is he going to say what it does? You just
Well,
asked me-
let's
you
just-
interrupted him. Yeah.
So, well, whoever you need to accept a vow. That's what the feeling you get from this with your religious and faith studies.
He said Saloni is on the up and up, so he seems on the level with you.
Yeah, you and Salune, you you know, to mingle. You good?
It's just
Wow! wow! I mean, our friend Salune.
so
I checked.
you can hear the ghost like swallow and and clear their ghostly throat for a moment. Her acolytes often tread the same path as those that follow Siamorph. Do you vow to destroy the darkness that has taken my house?
I sure do. All the darkness. All.
And at that point, you get like almost like a waft of energy going through you, and you become well, not attuned because it doesn't require attune, but you know this is a magical +1 plate armor.
Ah.
This is, I mean, as far as you know, this is the most expensive shit that you have ever seen.
It's alright.
And then looks at you all. Who shall take the mace?
I thought about his strength, isn't it?
It does use. Well, no. For if it's a monk weapon, you can use it with.
Well, it's all simple weapons among weapons, right?
Yes.
The weapon or martial weapon?
So I could use it.
Okay, then you can use it.
Go for
Anyone?
I'm
Anyone
gonna
for a
grab
mace?
it and have a look. I'll look down.
It is essentially a beautiful like old maze, and the head is carved with this in the shape of a sun, but with like very thick kind of like sun rays, and instead of being spikes, they are kind of like flat and following an edge, kind of like almost like an extruded sun,
Right.
as it were, and following these shapes like that. So it looks like a sun if you look at like this. Not if you look at it like that.
Okay.
If you look like that, it's kind of like an extruded sun.
Microphone. Yeah. Yes, I accept this vow.
Okay.
I'm good with
It was
this.
amazing.
You go,
Powerful.
goes through you, and you become instantly attuned to a maze of disruption.
Jeez.
When you hit a fiend or an undead with this magic weapon, that creature takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage.
Ooh.
If the target has 25 hit points or fewer after taking this damage, it must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be destroyed.
Wow.
On a successful save, the creature becomes frightened of you instead.
That's amazing.
While you hold this weapon, it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for another 20. As soon as you become attuned, it goes, the sun, you see, and everyone was like, champions of Siamorph.
Kind of recoil slightly
just, like,
as the
put it
light
inside
goes
the
off.
Yeah, you can deactivate it.
It's horrible. Right.
Actually, it says, well, you hold this weapon, so you need to put it away. And yeah, you go, and then it just disappears.
Who the ghost?
Remember your vow.
Wait.
It pokes the head out of the wall again.
Yeah.
Is there a way out of here? How do we get out of here?
An ancient passage leading outside the walls, the river.
I guess we do go through the river.
Wait. What?
What? Front door.
No. What's downstairs?
Nothing. There's no downstairs.
Isn't there another downstairs here?
No.
No, that goes to
Oh,
here.
sorry. Okay, that's good.
Right. So I guess next.
Well, you better get in there.
I'm kitting
That's
up.
gonna take a while.
No. Don't put it on until we've swam. That's heavy. You're gonna sink.
Well, hang on a minute. We're not leaving this place, are we?
Yeah,
Close
they are
it.
both official items, by the way. So
I closed the door behind us. Look, if we can get out of this house without going back to the bottom floor, we can come out wherever, make our way back to the house, try and get to the top floor where the boy is.
That might take ages.
It's not gonna take. They might have a whole army waiting for us upstairs, surrounding that door, knowing that that's probably our only way out. But if we can get out,
But maybe they still don't. Maybe they don't even know we're here. They would have sent someone.
of course they know we're here.
Why would they?
We ran into the house, knocked a guard out, threw another one outside, never left.
But I
Then-
turned everything dark.
You did, but there were guards posted at all the other doors. They'd have seen us leave. They'll cone that house and know this is the only place we can go.
I mean, people were going, just to remember, I don't know, they were going down to the foyer, and that's why you cast diamonds and went down.
What plate was it, sorry?
Plate armor.
Plus
magical
one,
plus
plus
one.
one plate.
Plus one plate armor.
So you're like 21 AC now.
Alright.
Oh, with the shield.
Wow, it's brutal.
It's our best bet.
My thinking is the following. The Castle Hunters are going to be now very, very alerted about the fact that someone broke into the house. So getting inside again is going to be really difficult. We are already in. Perhaps we can find a distraction or a way to confuse them.
I mean, we're barely in though. If we go up, we're one door into the house. That's not a good in. We're one door into the house and we're trapped.
I don't think this argument means anything. We can't get out that way. The door's closed.
Well, there's that as well.
Well, I mean,
closed
Kenhorn is pretty good at moving earth.
Wow, this is a magical, maybe. This is just a big stone door. Look, you can march up there to your death if you want, but Kev, I'm telling you,
Okay, so what did you propose we do afterwards?
I mean,
We have one option.
we take the river, we see where we come out, and we either wait a couple of hours until I think at least the intruders have gone, and collect ourselves. I mean, I took a whack, you did, and then we march our way back here, see if we can infiltrate one of the top floors as best we can, and start by taking out that devil in the attic, and then work our way
But
down
how?
from
I mean, I know that we are in a difficult situation here because we are in the basement,
I mean,
and
look,
they might be worried about. But
take
what
the
I'm
blueprint
saying,
out and unroll it on the sarcophagus.
but
The sarcophagus.
we already in the house.
Can we have this talk next to the statue?
Oh,
we have
yeah,
work
yeah.
to do.
Okay, let's get this. We're walking to the statue, but
I'll roll it back up.
but yeah, look at this. Like, if we try to sneak in again, they're gonna be so ready for us anywhere we go.
They are, but I mean, look, we come out here.
So we're now in the room with the statue.
We come out here, in this area. They might just have this entire room with their entire forces ready to kill us. All we can do is go back down. We leave.
Well,
we come back
okay.
in another one
We
time.
can't do that.
I know we can't do it because the door is
We keep
closed.
having this conversation.
We might find a switch. You never know. There could be a way to open that door. But
I mean, at the very least, I think we should explore the possibility, even if we decide to go back down the river. My fear is that if we give away our, it's not an advantage, but it's both an advantage and disadvantage. We're inside already.
look at the blueprints, Kev.
Yeah.
We're here. We're one door into the house. If you don't think that we can infiltrate one door into the house again, we have no chance against all of them when we come up. That's the reality of it.
We're gonna start smashing the statue.
Okay,
Start smashing the
hang on a minute. Wait,
You saw hit
wait,
the
hang on a minute.
statue.
Don't when you're about to. Okay, well, you hit it. Okay.
Okay, as make an attack.
When I
please.
see you do that, I'm like, wait, Aaron.
It's a natural 20.
Wow.
Natural 20. You go, and as you hit it, suddenly there's an explosion of light from the head of the maze, and cracks starts going through the statue, like, and light starts spilling out of the cracks, and the flame starts like flickering.
Okay, just carry on going.
You go again.
I'll join you!
And you go.
Champions!
You hit with what?
My Warhammer.
Your Warhammer. You hit, boom, and you just barely chink a piece of like stone.
You're doing well.
And then you go again. The statue starts crumbling down.
I'm
The
gonna-
head
I'm gonna-
comes out.
I'm going to time my hits to be the same as
Yeah, okay, so you time it and you manage to hit it as the head comes out. Yes! And as the stone crumbles, suddenly the flame goes and disappears. And the statue kind of like topples in 3 different pieces. Like struck, those cracks in the middle kind of like grow bigger and in 3 different pieces go. Dust comes up. And you almost hear a faint whisper of Caladon with delight. And also all the flames that were in the candlesticks all around the place go and they're now in total darkness.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, they made. So essentially we're in total darkness except for a bright 20-foot radius of Arion holding the mace.
Well,
And beyond that is just total darkness.
now that I think about it, they probably noticed that, I think.
I think we should leave.
Leave
I
and
need you
then
to trust me, Kev.
leave and then return?
Well, we've got business here, but
I mean, my fear is, like, if time passes, they might now...
then we come right back. It doesn't matter.
Well, but...
Then they're going to be combing the house, so maybe we can find an infiltration point whilst they're dealing with what they think is the current situation. We have the upper hand here unless we walk into a trap.
Well, what do the rest of you think?
We don't have any other way of getting out. Anyway.
I mean, there might be a way to open that door that Salah's closed.
But to what end? Where does that go? How does that help us?
Inside the house.
We should get those silver bars though.
What?
The silver bars on the way in.
Get on
They are on the other side of the door.
Oh, well, they're in the.
They're
so
on
there's
that
a
side.
cellar,
Okay.
which is with the wine and whatnot, and from
I
there there was a
You know
secret
what?
door to
Let's
the
go
unit.
get those
No,
silver.
no, no.
Let's go get those silver bars, and that way we can take a look, see if there's anyone like if.
It's
The...
too heavy to take in the water.
Well, look at this guy.
I'm not wearing it yet.
Well,
Well,
you
but
still
you
need to
still
take it
carry
with
it,
you.
like-
Yeah, I fuck it. I'll wear it. But I can't find another thing. I can't find like a
What,
plus
plate-
one
plate
plate.
Plate plus 1.
Play +1, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, no, but it's not officially on. I couldn't find
It should be. I had it for what's it?
So what are you gonna do, guys?
Look, we can go have a look. If you like, but I'm not going out that way.
let's go have a look.
As we
There's one loose end we got to deal with, though.
pull the dagger out, I'm just gonna
Whoa.
Not you, obviously.
I'm gonna walk to where that cultist is tied up.
Oh, okay.
He's got to die.
Sure.
I mean, he's a cultist.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna stab him in the throat.
Okay. As you stand in the throat, you see again the blood seeping
How did
and
you-
immediately going through the cracks of the leather armor. And he goes,
Yeah, that showed up.
All right, mate.
There's more at the bottom.
What's going on with you?
I'll do it twice.
I don't know. It happened last time, and I thought it was just a one-off, but feels good.
I've never seen anyone drink blood through their hands.
Something about this place is. It's like it's really honing that kind of. That edge of me. I resonate well here.
Well, even after we broke that statue, you still
it's in
resonate?
total darkness, by the way, there. So you're looking in black and white at this.
I'll go with them.
Oh, you go with them, okay, with the mace.
That's about that. Just
The torchbearer. Well, let's.
Even without that statue, it's like an echo. Maybe.
Man. Well, hey, listen, mate.
I tell you though, I feel good. I feel good about
As
it.
long as you feel good, that's fine. I'm just it's just a little bit worrying. Never seen anyone soak up blood like that.
Still, good for my complexion.
Are the horns getting any bigger?
The horn has there's a bit of a nicer twill right at the end.
You are slightly more attractive. You can still lose weight.
That's the beer.
I mean, how big are those horns gonna get? At some point, it's gonna get cumbersome. So much weight on you.
I can always get them trimmed.
Ganhorn, let's go upstairs and go for look for those silver bars and see if we can find a way to open the door, just to see.
Let's go quietly.
Well, Ganhorn has our back.
I'm gonna put a blanket over that dead guy.
Okay, you put the blanket over.
So we stealth him. I don't know if the possibility
Make
trace is
everyone-
going or not.
I lay him down with the blanket over and he looks all peaceful and turn around and see like the frozen guy.
With the melting poops.
Frozen poop.
Yeah.
all brown.
Do we still have pass without a trace, or has an hour elapsed?
I'm gonna say that it's been more than an hour now.
Okay, mine
Or
is
is an hour.
23 total.
What were you making? Sorry.
Stealth. We're stealthing upstairs.
14.
It's good.
It was cocked on 4, so I re-rolled it, and it was a 4. 10.
So 10, 14, 23.
23 and I think 11 for him.
So 23, 23, 2 23s, 11, 14, 10.
Okay, so you make your way up from the from the main area on the the other man.
Right.
Yeah, there and up,
Yeah. Okay.
and there you know that on the other side is like this secret area that it had been open, touching the star in the symbol of Siamorph. You push, and it's not there, but between the door that you open that leads down and the actual cellar, there was a secret chamber that was kind of like a buffer in between the two things, and that's where the silver bar is, and the door leading to the actual wine cellar is still closed. So you see there the stacks of 25-pound silver trade bars. So it's 100 pounds in total, 50 kilos, and there are 20 of them.
If we clear out the house, we can grab them from the other side.
Who's to say we can clear out the house?
Well,
I mean, if we cannot clear the house, might as well go now.
no, because we need the element of surprise. Like, that's the lion's den. You're walking straight into it.
I'm gonna listen out on the other side of the door.
Make a perception check.
Have a listen.
You can listen through my ears.
Oh my god, that's natural one.
Yeah, and I mean, you remember the door being quite thick. The secret stone door leading to the actual wine cellar. So even, I mean,
Well,
11.
Can't say I can hear
nothing,
anything.
nothing,
Use my passive.
nothing. You can definitely hear nothing coming from the other side, and you get the feeling that unless they were making like a lot of noise, it would be incredibly hard. Like normal footsteps and normal speech volume, you wouldn't hear through stone, like very thick stone.
This is too thick anyway. If they're sneaking behind this door, we'll never know.
I say if we fight, we fight on our terms. That's all.
Well, if that's what everyone
I mean,
thinks should be the course of action, then
what if we know that they're powerful wizards? We go out that door, it's all clear. They could be invisible, stab one of us in the back, take us out. Stab both of us in the back. Burn us all as soon as we come out the room.
they'll be dangerous whichever way we do this.
They will, but if we can get at least a modicum of a drop on them, somehow, I don't know how, I don't have a plan.
Okay, my only concern is leaving this place and finding ourselves in exactly the same position we went this morning. And also, remember, we have the other, what's you call them? The other cultists that were creating a distraction for us outside. So maybe they are creating a distraction at this very moment as we speak.
So I'm going to look through the wall now to see if there's any switches or anything if we can possibly get out this way.
So to open the secret door from this side,
Yeah,
investigation.
That's a good point.
Look, they're completely unaware there's two
Natural
champions
one.
behind
Yeah,
this door.
yeah,
No way out.
you're looking around. Yeah,
champions.
nothing that.
There's two champions
I'm gonna
behind
look.
this door.
Okay.
Just, we'll stand in front.
That's
You stand behind.
6 or something. 7.
It's not going to work.
So use it.
It's not. And I'm not going to go with you.
Did you see the way we smashed that statue?
I've said it. You can go out there if you're so inclined, but I'm not.
Well, smashing this door is not a good idea. Alright, well, let's just leave. We're kind of finding
Just kind of like turn again and look what you said and give you like a bit of a puzzle.
I saw you trying, yeah.
The statue fell.
It did.
Well, let's be on our way. God damn it, let's just leave. Fine. I'm just gonna grab a couple of silver bars angrily.
Okay.
and just-
You have you grab like two silver bars.
It's
Not like this big.
basically like anger looting.
Yeah. Okay.
With any luck, the cultists
Again,
would
we're going to
have
get to as well.
realised that we aren't there, and they'll hold back, and we can still utilise them as a distraction.
You're making assumptions.
I thought I was going to do a quick survey before we
I
leave.
am.
For,
I might be
a button.
completely wrong. But I've
Okay. So you take 2 silver bars. Jen will take 2 silver bars. Anyone else?
I mean, I'm heavy already, so I'll stuff until I can't stuff anymore.
So you're gonna start like putting it in your backpack. I mean, you already have the plate armor in your. How are you holding?
Think about the house. The kids.
That one
house
is
to feed.
downstairs. The plate armor. I'm assuming you're not carrying it up and down.
no, I've put it on now. Oh,
Well, okay. So you spent 10 minutes downstairs while everyone was like arguing.
Yeah, when we were looking at the maps.
Where you're
and the
debating. You were like you put it on. What did you do with your chainmail? And just leave it there.
well, I
Does
would
this
have
count as a
brought
short
it.
rest?
I was gonna say something. Sorry, I just thought of.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
sorry, you
I
can-
guess I've left it there because I assumed we were coming back anyway.
Alright. So I mean, it's you can probably take like 6 bars and then in your backpack, and then it's just too heavy to carry any more than that.
I'm good.
So 30 pounds.
I'm gonna sniff out for magic when we're outside the door that we're both investigating that we couldn't see if there's any sort of magic.
No magic.
Alright, fine, let's get out of this goddamn crypt.
Okay, so you take 6 bars, chew, and you go downstairs.
Is that worth more than my chainmail?
What?
The 6 bars.
No, the chainmail is worth
I don't know. What's
Actually, that was quite cheap. The plate mail's worth them.
Oh, the plate meant for is not
Yeah. Plate mail is worth
chainmail
like $2,000.
chainmail
Non-magical.
is the one you had.
Yeah.
It's not nailed.
That's it's.
No,
I mean, it's usually
plate
uh,
mail. Tiny bits
it's
of plate
75
mail.
gold is the nominal value, but you won't get that for selling it.
Especially because yours has
6
a massive
bars.
dent in it. where
Each
you're
bar is
playing
25 gold, so 6 bars are 150 gold.
So, I mean, bars are easier to carry as well, I guess.
Fine, I'll grab. No, I won't. I'm not going to grab any silver bars.
Gentlemen, can anyone use the chain?
It's too cumbersome for me. It makes a shitload of noise as well.
I've seen you tied to things.
Not tight, cumbersome, like heavy.
Oh.
Hey, I look good in that wingsuit. Maybe I'll start doing your morning routine.
I highly recommend it.
Get myself back in order. It's all got sprung from it quite quickly, really.
Yes, we can start with just double digits as well for you. You know,
What does that mean?
go to 10 sit-ups, maybe.
I know 10.
You can get that far.
Alright, come on. Let's head
Okay,
back down.
so you make your way back to the crypt, and
We'll get to the water bit, right?
Yeah, back down to the
you can go down the water bit. Okay, so where are you going to go there?
North or south?
The water flows north, and you know that south is Mount Waterdeep.
I mean,
So you can go upriver, upstream towards the mountain, or downstream.
Is it fast, this water at all?
No, it's faster walking downstream, but it's not like crazy fast.
Kenon, you mentioned that you thought it might flow to a tributary or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's our best bet. Hope that it flows to some kind of underwater cavern. Something. Like the source could just be water leaking through rock, right?
Is there anything that floats in this whole area?
You can wade through it, it's just like gonna be.
It's 5 foot high.
I'm just trying to think of how to do it in,
And nothing's
in
gonna
style.
counter your.
There's no gnomes or halflings in the party, so.
Oh, it's just like 5 foot high all the way. I thought for some reason.
Well, the part again ones.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I thought for some reason they meant to
Was there any like empty barrels or something in storage?
There was
There were casks of wine.
yeah, there were casks of wine.
Yeah, whatever.
Can I take a cast?
Float.
Can I get rid of the wine?
Because no wood.
We're going on.
You want to
build on
empty
this.
a cask is like this big.
Would a cask of wine float because of the wood, or would the weight of the wine make it sink?
Get rid of
Well,
Get rid of the wine.
with the wine.
'Cause the wood would be
you'd
buoyant.
probably sink.
It'd be like a boat, wouldn't it?
Any takers? No, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Get
you,
rid-
you
get
start
rid of
like emptying
yeah.
a cask
Put
of
the
wine.
decanter just under.
Cool.
The gold antenna, the
Have
cask.
some for the journey, yes.
Yep.
Is it good wine?
You smell it. It's pretty good.
Get one of the wooden cups as well. That's in that same room.
Just put your mouth under it, there we go. You should all probably do the same, just in
That's
case.
nice wine.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna do that for 2. I'm gonna do 2.
You-
I'm gonna
But
2.
why are you pouring the wine out on the floor?
So I'm going to use these as a float. I can just drift down.
I don't know if they'll support you with that armour, huh?
We'll see, I'll try 2.
Fair
It
enough.
may not be a bad idea for you if you're worried about the water.
Fair enough.
Just
Yeah.
Secured.
Okay. Crack open the wine.
Crack open the wine. Okay. I mean, you know that one. This wine, a cask is worth around 12 gold pieces.
It's transporting it out of here.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Well, it's worth.
It's such a waste of good
Oh,
wine.
now that you said gold.
And it appears it's you think it's based on the name of the is in the name of the cask. It's a white art wine made by the Roshna family.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it's called White Magic, and white art wine is called art wine because it's made is brewed with the help of magic.
Why am I putting white wine into a decanter?
No, it's oh yeah, it's white. Yeah, no, you can still put it in the country.
But I feel that's a red wine decanter, isn't it? Or is it like that?
Well, not all of it. There's a sweet claret as well, and some many cherries red. but they're all more or less the same price.
I'm gonna empty 2 casks for me and.
No, I've got 2
So
for
you're
myself.
gonna go Hobbit.
I've got 2 for myself.
What do you mean 2 for yourself?
Two
He's
casks.
got 2 casks, so he can be like
Yeah,
sideways
chill.
down the river.
I'm just gonna chill.
it's gonna be tight because if
No, what if you go
It's
sideways?
5 feet.
if you go sideways,
That
okay.
sounds like a terrible idea.
If you
Lucas,
can
I'm
keep
just
one
gonna-
in front of you, but to the sides,
Yeah, they're
you,
gonna
you
slip
assume there are
away
gonna
from
be
me, yeah.
places where you're gonna scratch the rock and it's not gonna be.
I'm just gonna put my feet up, Lucas, and wherever the water takes me and wherever my arms move, we're good.
Okay,
That's
so
what he's doing. If it goes wrong, then that's.
Yeah.
okay, so you take 2 casks and you take 1. Okay, so you empty. There's like a shit ton of wine now, like inundating, like
They'll be
flooding.
very confused when they come downstairs.
I might slip and die as well.
They'll be like, they stole some gold, but not all of it. Spilled all the wine. They killed all the people.
You
There's that.
you go.
We had a fucking
I thought
party.
someone's been murdered and they go into the next room. Someone has been murdered.
You go all the way to where the river is, and you're gonna go downstream, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
How fast is this moving?
No, it's not moving too fast. It's moving like about, I'm gonna say like 5 feet per round the stream. So it's very slow
Easy.
moving. So you start wading through.
I'm gonna go in front of him, and just in front of you, 1 in front of you,
Sure.
just because if you get blocked,
Okay.
I'll
So
leave it
yeah,
there.
what's your marching order in the stream?
I'm gonna lead the
It is
way.
quite tight at the beginning.
Oh, yeah,
It's-
we need the light.
Then you want to go in front of.
I guess Genghorn
Okay.
can be in front of me because he needs the light to see.
So like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Lucas can see.
I just have a think about leaving a job half done.
We're not leaving it, we're coming back.
You never know what happens, that's the thing. You never know what obstacles you'll find.
The door.
What yeah. But what circumstances might have changed, then perhaps then it's no longer wise to try to come.
Did he get scaled up? Did you scale
Yeah,
him up?
yeah, yeah.
So you go on for 10, 15 minutes. Eventually, it starts widening
That's pretty good.
as another stream kind of like drops into it, and at that point you lose your footing, and you realize it's also getting deeper. So except for you guys that are using casks to float, you guys need to start wading through water and swim.
guys, hurry up.
And you go,
I'm gonna sort of climb up onto Genhorn's back.
yeah. Oh, Genhorn can actually, yeah. Genhorn is like this now. So he's like 7 foot or 8 foot.
7.
7.
Yeah, so
So he's like, yeah, he's pretty much 6 foot and a half of water now. So
I'm
he's
just gonna be holding on to his shoulders.
Hope you don't mind, but
yeah, it's
I'll not
okay.
drown.
So you see Genhorn head with Silas kind of like, and then you holding your casks, kind of like floating and
You're
and,
out there,
kicking
Arian.
water.
I'm good, thank you.
You're swimming. Yeah, you're.
Well, I'm swimming one-handed because I've got the.
Oh yeah, you swim one-handed with the thing, and the ceiling of the cave starts to go higher and higher. In fact, at one point, it disappears beyond the radius of the bright light, and you can see it dim in the distance.
What was that horrible creature with 3 eyes that used to live in the water?
Was it gold?
It was an aboleth, I believe.
Ah,
It's not
hopefully.
horrible, it's an animal, and all animals are nice.
And let's take a break. It's 6:15. So let's take a quick break here.
Oh, I just got 4 6s.
And well, I mean, you definitely use the Maze of Disruption to disrupt the statue.
But will we disrupt the Castellanta's lives? Find out.
Yeah.
Yes, we
I mean,
will.
you definitely fuck with that Temple of Asmodeus. So we'll see where that gets you when we come back.
It's a steed.
He's smiling, isn't he, in this? It's a big smile.
Goodbye.
Wait.
Says Hango.
No, I can press skills.